Just wanted to share this little thing. Okay, so the whole thing looked like this. I'll get close for some of this, and I'm going to divide it in half and do all this. So this is just using my imagination to see stuff in here, something similar to that being a seahorse. These all started off that way. You can still see some background stuff. I'll get closer because I did add a lot more detail. That's definitely going to be a donkey. More detail. There's a bird on top of my otter. And this is kind of interesting. This tail belongs to this dragon, but it just happened to fall onto this, so that it's like grabbing onto this other pterosaur, and you know, it's like I could still add a lot more detail, and I'm going to do that. This looks like some kind of, I could only say it looks very similar to that Star Wars creature or person, Moss or Mots or something like that. She had these big gigantic eyes with that mouth. It looks just like that. I just finished this. It looks something like a scorpion of some kind. I don't know. Put more detail and juice into this guy. Anyway, so I'm just going to stop it there. Okay, so this is my painting of a juxtaposition in black. I'm going to slowly come down. The right side definitely has not changed, and I'm doing that to show the difference of how it started off. I know I've mentioned this before. Right here looks like a seahorse that I wanted to do really badly, but decided to hold firm and just look at it that way. And you can see it looks like a hodgepodge of just random squiggly lines. For some reason, doing it in black and white was very difficult. And I'm just going to do a quick up and down scan, and then I'll come in for the detail afterwards. So, you know, I have like, it looks like a great auk there and some kind of weird looking fish there. Sometimes you can live in a square inch with my work. It's like I live in a square inch. So this dragon just developed over time, and as it comes down into this, it looks like this is part of this creature, but it's actually the dragon's tail that's actually like almost looks like a hat, and this one is grabbing hold of the, I guess, somewhat cartoonish pterosaur. And, you know, this is like that weird creature with the big eyes and the nose. It looks like a Star Wars creature. Of course, a lot of my stuff turns into animals and birds and whatever. This is really weird. And this is kind of that, looks like started off like a orca, and then it turned like an angry beaver. And just recently I finished this. So if you could remember what this looked like, it didn't look anything like this. It's really interesting. I like what this happened. And it looks like a moray eel that's attacking the beaver. Didn't know what to do. That's my girl. This is kind of like a weird, I know, elephant, whatever. This creature looks like it's grabbing hold. Now, what happened was I got to a point, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but as I was coming through here, and there's the bird on top of the, you know, the head, and of course the weird-looking pirate-looking thing with a kind of looks like an elf or a gnome with some kind of creature laying on his head. I got to this point, and I was totally, let's see if I can do this, blown out. So it was like, what can I do? I can't see. And I studied this little area for like hours and hours. And it was like, I can't figure out what to do with this. And finally, it just clicked, some kind of nerve or whatever. And it looked like a frog dancing. So I made it playing the violin because that was part of the arm. Anyway, so that's the way things happen. This is kind of like one of the hardest paintings. It just having to use my imagination to make sense of things. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's at the 5%, which is very rare for me to stop. But since I'm not working on this side anymore, I'm just going to stop right there. And of course, this is the process for months and years to look at little things and just make small corrections.